Well, I would take it if I knew how the music went. Maybe I could have it sung for you. Georgie, you know Georgie Jessel is here. Georgie Jessel? Is that so?
Hello, Mrs. Ginsburg.
Hello, Georgie.
I'm glad to see you. You look fine. You're getting so thin. Won't forgive me for lying. What can I do for you?
Sing this for me, Georgie.
For you, anything. Abel, play the Blackbird song. All day long I sing a song, 'cause there's nothing wrong. My blackbirds are bluebirds now. Bad luck's gone on his way, good luck had to come back to stay. My blackbirds are bluebirds now. I told a little whippoorwill, and I told a daffodil, and I told a preach on the hill, that the wedding Sunday, honeymoon Monday, yes sirree, life's worthwhile. Look at me with a great big smile. My blackbirds are bluebirds now.
That's fine. Well, how's your folks? Nobody big good for this.
My mama's all right. My papa, he mad. Only mad he is all the time.
Why?
Why? He wants me to be a jeweler. I should work in a jewelry store. Me with my talent. I tell you something, Mrs. Ginsburg. If it wasn't for my mama, I'd run away.
That's too bad. Georgie, please, sing me that song what you sang on Mrs. Pink's birthday party.
That was no birthday party. That was a coming out party. Mrs. Pink's daughter. She's a debutante. Sure.
That's her name. Such a nice girl.
Ah, you're making jokes all the time, Mrs. Ginsburg.
Georgie, please sing that song.
All right, I'll sing it. But remember, you've got to buy something. You've been here already since early this morning. Abel, play me the mother song. One bright and guiding light that taught me wrong from right, I found in my mother's eye. Those baby tales she told, and the little roadway all paved with gold, I found in my mother's eyes. Just like a wandering sparrow, one lonely soul, I walk the straight and the narrow to reach my goal. All right. My old man again. Come back to the store. Fix the man's watch. The man is waiting for us.
And the man wait a while.
I'm afraid to take a chance. Maybe it's an Irishman. Georgie! All right, I'm coming already. Goodbye, Abel. Goodbye, Mrs. Ginsburg.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Ay. Shall I wrap this up for you?
No, I won't buy it today. Such a nice boy like Georgie is. I bet if he had a chance, he'd be the biggest actor in the world.
Hello, Bennett.
How are you?
This is my partner, Paul Byron.
How do you do, Mr. Bennett? How are you, Mr. Byron?
We saw your performance the other night.
Yes, you were very good. Good? I was great. Why, did you hear what the critics said in Chicago? They said it was the finest performance I had ever given. Well, see you later, boys.
You come back tomorrow.
Hello, honey. How are you?
How do you do, Mr. Bennett? I'm glad to see you.
Say, I'd like to get in to see the old man.
Well, he's awfully busy just now,
Oh.
but I think I can fix it for you. Won't you sit down?
Good morning. Good afternoon. Lady. Mrs.
Well, what do you want?
I would like to see Mr. Zigbert.
You can't see him. He's out.
How can he be out all the time? I come here every day, so he's always out. So when will he be back?
He won't be back.
All right. I'll wait. Don't forget, honey, there's a meeting at Rindy's at 8:30 tonight.
I'll be there.
Now, Miss Courtney, you don't have to look at that contract. Just sign it.
Yes, that's it.
Well, how
One
did
of the brothers for you.
Which one of the brothers I...
We don't have to put that in the contract. You leave it to me and everything will be all right.
Good morning.
Who let you in?
I let myself in.
Well, let yourself out.
Now listen, Mr. Zigbert. I don't want to appear fresh, but I wish you'd give me a chance. I've been coming to your office for weeks and weeks, and I never can get in to see you. I just want to show you what I can do on the stage. I can play any kind of a part. Honestly. Look, I can play comedy. Isn't that good? Tragedy. Anything you like, I can do. Please, Mr. Zigbert. Here, how would you like to hear a drama? I play all the parts myself. Here's a sample.
Fine. But I don't want none of you either. Get out.
Oh, Mr. Zigbert. All right. All right. But you'll be sorry, see? But someday I'll be a big star. I'll have my own theater, too. But I'll be different. I'll give young fellas a chance. That's all?
Now, Miss Courtney, sign this contract.
Can I get some money now?
Sure.
And I'll tell you something else. I don't know whether I want to work for you or not. I saw one of your shows the other night. You're not so hot.
Well, of all the nerve.
Anything can happen in the show business.
How did he get by your secretary?
Oh, she was powdering her nose, I guess.
Why don't you fire her?
I can't. She reads my mail. People pretty rough tonight. That isn't fair. The only reason we have these amateur nights is to give the folks a chance to show what they can do. Please. The next act we offer for your approval is known as The Man Upside Down.
I bet he's no good.
Whether he's good or bad, he's still upside down. Go ahead, Abe.
Bring him out. Let's look at him. There he goes. Here he comes again. Take him off. Give us a dancer act. Terrible. Do me a tomato, will you, somebody, please? Go on, you big bum. Boy, he's worse than a bum. Boy, get the man with the... Get more hope. Come on, get more hope. Hey, drag him over there, will you? Come on, where's the ball of the hope? Now, quiet, please. Let's have some dance. Quiet. Now the management has a real surprise for you. Two very clever little girls, the From Hunger sisters. They sing and dance. They must be rough.
Nevertheless, they're going to sing and dance.
Bring them on.
Oh, I might add, these two little girls are late of the Ziegfeld Follies of 1901. Go ahead, Abe. Come on,
Change all of your gray skies, turn them into gay skies that keep sweeping the cobwebs off the moon. Silvery moon was put into timing, find the silver lining that keeps sweeping the cobwebs off the moon. You make the clouds hurry away, humming a lovely love song. Some lucky day, somebody may come along. Take care of tomorrow, take care of tomorrow, and keep sweeping the cobwebs off the roof.
Please, wait a minute now. The next and last act is a real novel for you. A young man named... His name is George Jessel. He's come out from the east to show us that he can entertain in the west. If he's good, he can stay in the west. If he's bad, he can go back east. Go ahead, Ed.
Folks, the announcer was right in saying that I'm from the east. This is the first time I've ever been out here in your country, and had quite a tough time getting out here, too. I came out in one of the new Ford cars. It's all right for me to mention Ford because he apologized. But what I want to say is this. The new Ford is really a very, very wonderful little motor car. And I don't really think that Mr. Ford deserves all the credit himself for making the car. His son, Epsom, I think he had a great deal to do with it. Oh, you mustn't kid about Epsom because he's the salt of the earth. It's a great little car, and it has all the expensive things that the more high-priced cars have. It has all the new light effects, the new gas effects, and everything. There's only one trouble with it. If you speak Jewish in the back seat, it stops immediately. I live in the Bronx, which some of you may know is a suburb of New York City, and there's an Irish family that live on my block. Of course, I don't know how they got on my block, but anyhow, right above them lives an old gentleman by the name of Goldfarb, a Spaniard. And this fella Goldfarb is one of those old fellows who came over here from the other side, and he went up to the Bronx and he settled there. Not with everybody, by that is, I mean, he has spent the majority of his years right up in the Bronx. Never once did he come down to Broadway to see anything of the gaiety and white lights of the city. But his son was very much different. His son made a great deal of money during the war, I believe, selling raincoats to the government or some such silly trade. However, the son came home one afternoon to his father. He says, "Pop," he says, "you've never seen anything much of life. Tonight I'm going to show you a real treat. I'm going to take you down to the Winter Garden. You're going to see 30 or 40 of the most beautiful girls in the world. Daddy, I know you'll enjoy the show." The old man says, "Well." So he fixed himself all up, and they went down to the garden, and ladies and gentlemen, at the Winter Garden, as you may know, there is a large runway, a staircase, which protrudes from the center of the stage and goes almost to the back of the auditorium. The management have that there so as the girls should come in closer contact with the jewelry salesman. However, the old man and his son are sitting in about the fourth row, and the music plays. These lovely girls come tripping out, throwing pretzels or something. I don't remember what it was. Anyhow, the old man looks up at these 30 or 40 beautiful girls, and he says, "Fui." Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, fui, in a certain language, means that it's not so good. So, the son is naturally astonished at his father's attitude. He says, "Father, how can you look at 30 or 40 of the most beautiful girls in the world and say, fui?" The old man says, "I was thinking of my wife." You've seen a great many things here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a lot of tricks and songs and dances, and with your permission, I'd like to sing a song that I've dedicated to my mother. And I just crave your indulgence. I'm a long, long way from my home folks, from my pals, from my old neighborhood. And I've wandered out here in the Golden West, just hoping that I'll make good. Maybe you folks won't like me. Maybe you'll treat me like you did the other act. You'll be unkind. But that's all right. Because I know that there's somebody that believes in me. That's the path I left behind. Let me tell you something. The world may call you failure, and the fates may grind you small. But folks, in the eyes of your mother, you're as big and as great as them all. Maybe you won't like my act. Maybe I'm a flop. But I know somebody that's praying for me, boys. And I know that our prayers are going to bring me right to the top. God love us. God's gift sent from above, one real, unselfish love I found in a my Father. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very glad that you have enjoyed the last little song. In fact, I'm glad that you're all enjoying yourselves, because I know that by the time the check comes, you'll faint. I've had a little request from a gentleman here who is evidently in a very reminiscent mood, and I guess he's alone. And he wants me to sing a little song called A Bouquet of Memories. My life is just a garden filled with dreams, each dream a flower of yesterday. I gather all these flowers in my dreams and tie them all in a one bouquet. I see the violet we picked when first we met in my bouquet of memories. I find among the lot one sweet forget-me-not in my bouquet of memories. I kiss each blossom rare when night appears. I keep them fresh and fair with lonely tears. I ask my heart each morn, why must there be a thorn in my bouquet of memories? I dream of yesterday, of George M. Cohn's Broadway, in my bouquet of memories. See, we're passing Herald Square, Weber and Field, they're playing there. I remember them in my memories. See, who's that walking? Robert Mantell and Sam Bernard. What great artists. Oh boy! And as I live and breathe, who's that with them? There's Eddie Boy. How do you do, Mr. Mantell? I've always admired you. You were one of the greatest Shakespearean actors that ever lived. I've always wanted to be an actor, But my father, Mr. Mantell, never wanted to let me. He used to come into my little room and say to me, Mo, Georgie, never go on the stage. What do you think, Mr. Mantell?
My son, sweet are the uses of adversity. Like the toad, ugly and venomous, wears yet the precious jewel in his head.
But Mr. Mantell, will I ever be an actor?
To be or not to be, alas, that is the question.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Bernard. How are you? What's new? What's new? Last night I went out and bought a corned beef sandwich in a restaurant, and they charged me $2 for it. Years ago, there wasn't a man strong enough in the whole world could lift $2 worth of corned beef. Eddie Foy. I'll introduce myself. I'm Georgie Jessel.
Hello, young fella. You're a pretty small little kid. I was here to meet you.
Goodbye, Mr. Mantell.
Goodbye, my son.
Goodbye, Eddie Foy.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Goodbye, Sam Bernard. Goodbye, Kit. Save your money.
Although these pals are gone, thank God they linger on in my bouquet of memories.
This is station KPO, San Francisco, broadcasting with the York.
gentlemen of the radio audience, station KPO, George Jessel announcing. I'm going to sing a little song that I dedicate to my mother. And I hope that she's listening in. One bright and guiding light that taught me wrong from right I found in my mother's eyes. Those baby tales she told, the little roadway all paved with gold, I found in my mother's eyes. Just like a wandering sparrow, one lonely soul, I walk the straight and narrow to reach my goal. God's gift from above, one real unselfish love I found in my mother's eyes.
Station KPO, San Francisco. This concludes our program for tonight. We are signing.
always stop here. I wonder why.
The engineer's probably got relatives here. Probably won't be able to start again till they put a quarter in the meter.
Oh, Georgie. Lovely out here, isn't it?
Oh, I think it's beautiful. There's only one trouble with sitting on the back of a train, Devil. You come out nice, sweet, and clean. In a few minutes, we look like the Gold Dust Twins.
Well, let's go in and play bridge.
Oh, no. Now, let's stay out here and look at the beautiful moonlight.
But there is no moon.
That's funny. It was here a minute ago. Let's make believe there is. The night time is always lovely. Night is always especially kind to people that are in love. There was a great Russian poet one time by the name of T. Effingham Rabinowitz. He was a very well-known poet. And he wrote a beautiful thing about nighttime. He said, how sweet is the stillness of the night, when one can hear the drone of the beetles, the chirp of the little crickets, and the sweet songs of the baby sardines as they leap from can to can. Isn't that beautiful?
Well, I'll certainly be glad to get back to New York.
You will, eh? Well, you're lucky. You've been traveling with your sister and her husband. Look at me. I haven't seen my folks for a long, long time.
Georgie, when we get settled, you must come up and have dinner with us.
Oh, I'd love to have dinner at your house. But I tell you something, I don't think your folks are so stuck on me.
Oh, they're all right. They just never met anyone like you before.
What, am I, some kind of freak or something?
Oh, you know what I mean.
Oh, sure, I guess they're okay. But that fella that hangs around with them, who is he?
Why, he's known the family for years.
He don't look kosher to me.
What did you say?
I say it's getting colder out here.
Yes, it is getting rather chilly.
Are you chilly, honey? Well, you come right over to the stove.
Georgie, I think you better sing something.
All right. Maybe I'd better. When my pals turn me down, you're the one pal I found. You're my real sweetheart. When the darkest day came, you smiled on just the same. You're my real sweetheart. And now that I find that fate has been kind, I'm gonna build you a love nest that's all silver lined. And I'll work and I'll slave for the things that you crave. You're a real sweetheart. Ain't that cute?
It was lovely.
Say, don't you all want your berths made up now?
He would think of that, wouldn't he?
Well, Georgie, I think I'd better go inside.
All right.
good thing that you finessed your Friedman spender, huh?
Well, rather.
It was very fortunate for us that Mr. Franklin had no trunk.
I never held such bad cards in all my life.
Good evening. Folks have a very lovely place here, haven't they?
Yes.
Say, did you hear the story about...
Yes. Apparently you know very little about bridge.
Oh, is this bridge? I thought it was pinochle.
Mr. Jessel. Mr. Jessel.
I beg your pardon. I'll be back later.
more question. Come here, darling. Tell me, how old are you?
I'll be 6.
I'll be born Friday. Yes.
Great sign when they applaud that way after the show. It's a great thing for George having his first starring vehicle get over. He's a lucky boy.
He's a darling boy.
Tell him I'll see him later in his dressing room. I'm going out and talk turkey to those ticket speculators.
Was it all right?
Oh, it was wonderful. Listen, they're still applauding.
Yeah. See, they seem to be enjoying the show so much, I don't think most of them paid.
Oh. Listen, Georgie, I think you better go out again.
Nothing I can do now. I've sung all the songs I know, told all the jokes. I was so nervous during the first act, I think I told one 3 times.
Georgie.
Yeah?
Sing your mother's song.
Nah, that's too old.
Listen, young fella, I've been hanging around the show business for 40 years, and the song about mother is never too old.
You may be right. Thank you. Here, baby, take it. Give me a kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all very kindly for the way you received Lucky Boy. I want to thank Mr. Zigbert, my manager, for giving me this opportunity. George M. Cone once said, the best way to finish is either wave a flag or introduce your mother. I haven't got one of Georgie's flags, so I'll introduce my mother in the 4th row. Is it mine, Mama? She's right there, right behind those people who paid. Mama, I'll see you after. God love her. When all my skies were gray, the sun that shined my way, I found in a moment